I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is to help you have the confidence to just press go live. You may be seeing this new live streaming camera option from NearStream. I've referred to it as the VM33. On Amazon, it's tagged the NearStream, N-U-R-O-U-M. And I want you to know the hardware review is going to be in the description of this video below. Today, let's talk about the software supporting this impressive set of hardware features in the VM33. Now, since the hardware review video was published about 10 days ago, they have upgraded the software version, the app version, from 060 to 070, and they've upgraded the firmware to match it. In the firmware upgrade, they bumped the digital zoom from 2 times to 4 times, and battery life was improved in that firmware update as well. There are a few other minor things, but those are the noteworthy ones. NearStream Multicam is available on the iPhone App Store, the Google Play Store, and as a Windows Direct app download. The Mac version is still said to be coming soon, but there should be a dedicated app for both Windows and Mac where you can connect these cameras wirelessly and run them through the NearStream app on either of those platforms. And just so you know, no app is needed to connect this via USB-C cable and run through Zoom or FaceTime or Skype or Meet or whatever your software of choice is. So let's take the software features one screen at a time. In the iOS app, there is a large monitor window at the top of the screen, and your connected cameras would populate the area beneath. The top right-hand corner holds the audio monitor mute button and the settings icon. In the settings screen, you'll have access to the camera input quality. You can see the 5 megabits per second 1080p high, the 4 megabit per second 1080p normal, 720, 480, 360, and you have the output quality to match as well. There's something called TCP transport, which I have been encouraged by their technical support to leave turned on, as it does smooth things out running in the app. And then you have your standard about and support here as well. Back into the main screen, the top left gives you your Go Live button and your Record button. In the Record page, you're going to have, well, I'm actually recording right now. You have to take my word for it. I'll throw a screenshot up. In the Record page, you'll have the option to toggle recording to the control device, recording to the SD card, or both. And they are independently selectable. In the Live menu, you get an Add Destination button where you can, at this point, select between YouTube, Twitch, and custom RTMP. Facebook and Vimeo are also listed as options on their website, but they don't show up in the software just yet. Any destinations you have previously set up will show up at the bottom of that page. Across the bottom of this main screen, you have your Camera tab, you have your Overlays tab, and you do have the ability to add over the shoulders, lower thirds, corner bugs, full screen graphics. Picture-in-picture is also mentioned on their website. I don't see it in the software yet, but that's coming soon. Changes are happening pretty quickly with these software updates that are coming out, as best I can tell. You're going to have your audio meters for your output and for the camera that you have connected, cameras that you might have connected. And then you have the plus sign for adding elements, cameras, or graphics. Now, if I choose graphics here, you can see the options that I have. I can choose to put a full screen overlay that is my own creation, or a background image if I so choose. And the lower thirds, over the shoulder, and corner bugs all work as expected. Adding cameras is going to search for cameras nearby. Obviously, I'm already connected to this one. It would give you the options of others, as it is a multi-camera app, and you do have that option to add more than one camera. Once we have our cameras connected, either via Wi-Fi or access point mode, where it sets up its own connection between and uses your control device's cellular connection for data, then you have the ability to choose the settings for that camera. There is a settings icon on the bottom corner of each camera's display window. And you see that you have image adjustments, NearStream setting and remove to pull the camera back out of the app. In image adjustments, you're going to get your zoom and focus control. Here's a shot of me zooming in on my chickens out pecking in the yard today. You can see that the zoom is fairly smooth, and it will zoom in slowly as you go. Once you get to the 10 marker here on this sliding scale for zoom, anything after 10 is going to get into the cropping section, the digital part of the zoom, all the way up to 40. Your autofocus works really well, 1 through 10. It works really well after that. It doesn't keep focus between zooms. So if you're going from 1 to 2 or 1 to 4 or whatever, the time it takes for the lens to move from one position to the other, it'll go out of focus, but as soon as it stops, it's going to refine focus and does a fantastic job of that. You have a manual focus setting as well, and that manual focus will allow you to add or detract from the focal length so that you can fine-tune if so needed. You have all your video presets on this screen as well, with your color schemes for linear, high contrast, soft, stage, black and white, and vibrant. Retro is another choice there that's just off screen. Swipe a little bit and you'll find it. And then you have your specific controls where your saturation, your brightness, your contrast, your hue, all of those at the bottom. I've done most of my recording, most of my testing with HDR turned on and linear as my video preset, and I've been very satisfied with the color reproduction of that combination. Now, in the NearStream setting, it's going to give you camera-specific options like toggling on and off your password, setting that password, of course, formatting your SD card, auto turn off, which is a 15-minute timer of no activity will auto turn off the camera, and then your LED light on or off, so that if you're in a place where you don't want that LED flashing on the front of the camera, you can turn that off, and it's not something that's going to bother folks that are in front of the camera. For those of us that have been doing live streaming for some time, the software feels very familiar. Things are where they should be. They act like they're supposed to act. I think the NearStream team is doing a fantastic job of addressing any glitches that they may have found since release, as well as adding features, enhancing features in the software itself. There's a ton of potential in this new offering as a camera. Software is showing the same potential as well. Overall, it looks to me like the folks at NearStream have done a fantastic job in their first offering into the live streaming camera mix. While I was working on this video, NearStream updated the software, the app software, from 0.70 to 0.80 and updated the firmware to match. That's on 6 and 30 of 23. So I'm incredibly encouraged to see the strides their team is making to get this software rock solid.